This episode of Ask the Buffalo is brought to you by Fullsail University. This week on Ask the Buffalo, we got a lot of techie questions to cover, ranging from Microsoft Surface to the iPads, iOS 6, to what the heck we do with all the gadgets that we get, and the new MacBook Pros with the Retina display. This is Ask the Buffalo. I'm John Rettinger. Let's get started. IW1234 asks, John, I'm thinking about getting a new iPad, or should I wait and get a Microsoft Surface? So that one's a little bit of a tricky question. The Windows RT version is going to be coming out in October or November, again at an unknown price point, presumably though around tablet-ish, so looking at around, let's say, $500 to $600. The Windows Pro version is going to be packing i5, presumably more RAM, more hard drive space. It's going to be coming at some time in the future. So let's say RT comes October, November, looking maybe December, January for that version. When you start getting now into January, February of 2013, you're kind of tiptoeing into iPad 4 or new iPad territory. So the answer is, I don't really know what to tell you. Depends on your budget or what you're looking for. If you want a tablet that's going to do very full functional activities that can run Photoshop, that you can run a full desktop suite of applications, then you might want to wait for the Surface, especially if you're not so price conscious. If you want a tablet to watch movies on the couch, you want to browse the web, you want to take a couple pictures or catch up with your friends on Twitter, or iMessage is important to you, the iPad is going to be a great way to go. And you can pick the iPad up right now. If you're not sure which camp you fall in, you're definitely going to want to take a look at Windows 8 when it finally hits the market. It's really full featured, it's easy to use, you get a beautiful skin sort of sitting on top of that full Windows interface. Things work absolutely beautifully on it, and if you want the extra power, you've got the option. So Microsoft really looks, at least in my mind, to have a winner on their hand, assuming they don't price it at like $14 billion. Alright, so the user with the funny name Jeremy Unleashing the Beast G asks, hey John, I'm thinking about getting one of the new MacBook Pros. Is the new flash memory really that much faster than standard hard drives? So the answer is yes, absolutely. So we've done some tests, we've proven that read-write speeds are much faster, but let me give you an actual example of something that we've done in our testing here. I've got at the office that I use for my primary editing machine, one of the top spec iMacs without the solid state drive. 16 gigs of RAM, Core i7 chip, really fast computer. And just as a test, we inputted the same video file into that iMac and the same video file into the new MacBook Pro with Retina display. That also has the updated processor and the same 16 gigs of RAM. It was an 8-minute video, and we did the same settings on each, hit export, and we saw that the MacBook Pro actually rendered the video almost 4 minutes before the iMac did. And that's all read-write speeds, and that's how fast it can write, how fast everything's importing and exporting out to the hard drive. Ava, hey, you're in the video. You're gonna be famous. Wag your tail if you agree. You wanna be on TV? Semi Chamdansani. I'm sorry that I massacred your name. Are you rich, John? You get all these products and unbox them. You also give a lot of giveaways. You must be a billionaire. I wish I was a billionaire. My wife also probably wishes I was a billionaire. Not the case. Couldn't be farther from the case, actually. Techno Buffalo is a business. We're a company that is in online consumer electronic journalism. And as such, we get certain products that companies send us to review, to check out, and companies that sponsor some of our giveaways. So we're working with NVIDIA now for the Tegra Tuesdays. The phones that we have, we get a look at, we get a test, and then we send back to the company. So we don't buy all the stuff that you see. Some stuff we do buy, especially when it comes to video games. Those we'll go out and purchase, so there aren't any sort of strings attached with the reviews. I wish I was a billionaire. I'm working hard, and it would be awesome, but probably never ever gonna happen, unfortunately. So that's the behind the curtains honest answer about where all the products that we hit comes from. But one way to try and become a billionaire is to check out Fullsail University. You know the mobile app industry is on fire right now. It is just blowing up like crazy. Everybody wants to invent a new app. Fullsail University's online mobile development bachelor's degree program can teach you the skill set you need to take advantage of these emerging opportunities. In this degree, you can learn both the programming and business sides of mobile development. So you can concept, develop, deploy, and market an application from start to finish. You'll explore advanced programming languages, visual frameworks, usability principles, and app development for iOS, Android, and other operating systems.
Let's not forget that through Fullsail's Project Lunchbox program, students receive a a MacBook Pro, preloaded with industry software plus iOS and Android devices. Courses are delivered through Fullsail's immersive online educational platform, which maximizes the capabilities of the Mac, giving you a learning experience unlike any other.
15 billion with a B. Billion. Mobile apps have been downloaded from the App Store, and Android market share is expected to grow by 600% in 2012. If you're ready to master the technology and software to compete in this rapidly growing industry, visit fullsail.edu/technobuffalo to learn more about the online degree program. Alright, so it's been a couple weeks since Apple took the wraps off iOS 6, and I've actually got the chance to use it for those couple weeks. User Patrick Femia asks, in your eyes, is iOS 6 a good improvement or does it need more? Well, it can always use more. When I talked about iOS 6 before it was announced, I was hoping for something new and some unique way to quickly look at information, whether it was widgets or live tiles, and I didn't get that. So I would love to see that aspect somehow integrated into future operating systems that Apple deploys, so iOS 7. Some things that I really liked that I didn't think I was going to use at all is the Do Not Disturb feature. So you go ahead and flip that on, and callers or text messages, emails aren't going to buzz all throughout the night or whatever time you choose to set. I'm always worried that if there's an emergency that my phone wouldn't ring. I turn it off at night because I get emails always coming. So the fact that I can do that now has actually been a huge help. And you can set it too, so if someone calls twice in 3 minutes from the same number, it'll ring through. Anybody from your favorites calls, it'll ring through. It's actually been a really surprisingly useful feature for me. I haven't had a chance to really use Passbook all that much. It doesn't seem overly useful yet because the iPhone doesn't presumably yet have NFC, but it has been kind of nice to have. I've been posting stuff from Facebook directly built in. The Maps application is still probably generations away from being as good as Google Maps. What is good though is turn-by-turn navigation actually works very, very well. So some good, some bad. A lot of improvement though still to be made in iOS to finally compete not only with what Android's doing, but now what Windows Phone 8 is going to be doing. So Apple really has to stay on their game to maintain their edge in the mobile operating system industry. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Ask the Buffalo. I'm your host, John Rettinger. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out technobuffalo.com for all of your tech news, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Want to be on the internet? High five? High five? Yeah! High five for the internet. High five for Techno Buffalo. High five! High five for Techno Buffalo. High five for Techno Buffalo. Yeah!